Welcome back, PEZ collectors. Today's video is going to be all about chicken egg PEZ. Now there's a lot of them, and if you've noticed by watching my videos, I have a whole shelf up here full of chicken egg PEZ. And Greg got me most of these for Christmas this past year, so they've been sitting up here on the shelf for quite some time, just waiting for Easter to come around so I can share them with you. These chicken egg PEZ have to be some of my most loved holiday PEZ and vintage PEZ probably overall. They're super nice, they're super cute. Hopefully you took a bathroom break and you grabbed a drink and some snacks, because this video is going to be very informative and it's going to cover all the chicken egg PEZ, but it's going to be fun, so let's get started. The first chicken egg PEZ I want to share with you is one of these. And take a closer look there. See how there's no hat on the top? So these are actually called maybe chick without hat, but I still call them chicken eggs because, I mean, it is a chick and an egg. And these next few I'm going to share with you, they all have the 2.6 patent number on the bottom of the stem here. And they all are some of my favorites because, see the PEZ on the side there? There's no shadow. On this side, that's just like the regular PEZ, but this side, there's no shadow on it, so it makes them like stand out, and I think it makes these a little bit more unique. And the shell color on this one would be a light blue, and if you hold these up to the light or just look at them in a bright light, you can tell how like it goes from a light blue, and the plastic looks thinner to like a little bit darker blue, so that's kind of neat. I think on these older vintage chicks with the no hat, but you'll see that on the other ones once we get hats as well, so spoiler. So there's this one. I also have this one with a light blue egg, and I'm trying to look at the differences on it. The only thing I could see is that like it looks like the plastic on the egg here is like really thin. So see that, how it looks like really thin there? And also I was comparing these two, and it almost looks like the beaks, or maybe the mold was like slightly different. The paint color on the beak on this one, or on the inside of the mouth, is a little bit darker than this one. So take a look there. This is the one I just showed you. This is the first one I showed you. I don't know, they look just slightly different to me. Like the heads and then the beaks. Let's see if I can turn it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do they look slightly different, or am I just imagining things? But for some reason I have two of these light blue ones. There's also this chick with no hat, and it has the same yellow chick, but the eggshell this time is a darker blue, and I just love the color of the stem. It's like a really light pink color. It looks so nice. And also, again, you'll see on all these 2.6 chicken egg PEZ, they all have the no shadow PEZ, which I think makes them look even nicer. If you can't tell, like, these are some of my favorite ones. There's also this chicken egg with no hat, and this would be called a fuchsia color shell, and it has a really nice orange stem. And again there it says PEZ on it, but there's no shadow. And the last chicken egg that I have with no hat is this one. I would say the egg on this one is orange with a green stem. And there you go, it says PEZ. But when you have all these chicken eggs with no hats lined up, I just love the colors on all these. You don't see like these really bright colors on a lot of the, you know, vintage PEZ. So when you see them like all together like this, I think it's really pretty. So have you seen these chicken eggs without hats before? Do you have these in your PEZ collection? Let me know in the comments below, because the first time I saw these was just a few months ago when I went over to John Devlin's house, and he had these on his shelf, and I was like, what? I don't think I ever knew that chicken eggs didn't come without the hats. And I was just like, what? And I guess Greg remembered that, and John ended up selling these to Greg for me for Christmas, which I really appreciate that, John. Like, these are super cool. I don't think I'd have such a good variety of these if you didn't sell these to Greg for me. Now, if you're wondering what year that these were probably first released, well, it's probably anywhere between like 1960 and 1970, and we know that because John Devlin, he has a sales sheet that he brought over, and you would see it in the last video that we just shot and I just released here on the channel. So you can watch that video if you haven't already, because John Devlin, he brought over a whole bunch of like super rare Easter PEZ and some other items that I've never seen in most of them before. And I've been collecting PEZ for a long time, so that was a really fun video to make. But his sales sheet showed chicken egg PEZ, but they didn't have those hats that you're going to see here in a second. They had different hats that were never put, I guess, into production, but that sales sheet said 1971. So these had to come out before that, and plus they have the steel pins in them. So if you can see up in there, there's a steel pin, and you can also tell because see that little hole there on the side there on the egg. So that's how you know if a PEZ dispenser has a steel pin in there, because the holes are really small, and then you can see it through the back as well. So these are some of the first PEZ dispensers that PEZ ever made with like the characters on top. So these are some of the oldest PEZ that were ever made. So I think that's pretty cool too. Before I grab the next variation, I just want to go back and say that these are called chick without hats. They're not actually chicken eggs A. So keep that in mind, because the next ones will be the A's. And I'm going to move these off the table and grab the next ones here, because there's going to be a lot of chicken eggs and I don't have the room. The next one, I grabbed all the chicken eggs, and I also grabbed my magnifying glass because I'm trying to line them up by like their patent number. But I'm checking all these here real quick, and I did recently get this magnifying glass with the light, and this is like the best thing I think I've ever purchased to view these patent numbers and IMCs and all the details on these stems, because it's really hard to read these, especially if there's not like a bright light. And when you're looking at all these vintage PEZ, this is very helpful. And plus, it kind of points out all the dirt that's still on your PEZ dispenser. Oh my gosh. Okay, 3.4. So if you want the link to this magnifying glass, I'll put it in the description below. I did buy it on Amazon, and I do make a few cents if I do sell these, but that's not the reason I'm promoting these. I just truly think this thing is like game changing for reading the patent numbers, IMCs, and checking the PEZ for any like cracks, or like to see what the dirt is, or if it's a melt mark or whatever. Like this thing, like so good. And as I'm looking at all my vintage PEZ, I realize like how dirty that they actually are. There's like just dirt like caked in the cracks still. I really need to do a deep clean on my vintage PEZ, but that's another whole story. Probably for the rest of these chicken eggs, I'm just going to show you the patent number here on the screen as I show them to you, so I don't have to talk about it each time. But this one is a little different. So this is a chicken A, and see how this time now we have a hat. This one still has the metal steel pin that holds the head, so when you tilt it back, whoop, other side. Oh gosh, I don't like messing with these really old ones. Ooh, look at that. This one has a really nice yellow sleeve. So you can see how it has a little metal pin there. This first one I'm going to share with you, I will point out the patent number is different because it is a DBP patent, so that's pretty cool. And also on these, you'll still see how it's no shadow on these. I mean, how cool is that? Super cool. So this first one would be a light blue shell. Take another look at it there before I grab the next one. Now, as I show you these, I do have like slight variations of the colors, of the patent numbers, of the shell colors. Even sometimes I think the chicks are slightly different. I think these were made for over so many years. So these chicken egg PEZ, they were first made back in 1970. So they probably made these for 10 years or so. And that's why you see like, I think so many different variations on the colorings, because they just made them for so many years. But all these I think are made in Austria. So we're getting back to the 2.6 US patent stem, made in Austria. So see, they look very similar. Even like the hat colors can be like a little darker and a little lighter. You'll see like so many different color variations once you start looking at these vintage PEZ. And I mean, you see that on like all vintage PEZ anyway, so it's nothing new if you're, you know, into collecting the vintage PEZ. That's why like so many people buy you know, like so many of one PEZ, because you can just have, you know, 5 of the same PEZ and they can all be slightly different colors because they've made them for so many years. So here's another one, the light blue eggshell. Then I have this one, and it's a darker blue eggshell, but it's still pretty light. This one seems like the chick is almost kind of leaning over on the inside of there, but I'm not gonna push on it. So far, these are all the blue eggshell variations that I have. And you're probably thinking, you know, these look a lot like the last ones without the hats. Well, they pretty much are, but if you were to remove one of these hats, there will be like a little piece of plastic, like a little pin, like sticking out that the hat attaches to. So that's how you know. And plus, if you take the hat off, the head would be, you know, like slanted a little bit, and the heads on the chicken eggs without the hats, you know, it has hair. You know, it has a nice rounded back to its head, so you can't just pop these hats off and pass it off as a chicken egg without the hat. So there's a good tip. So if you are buying one without the hat, just make sure it has like a little hair poof and make sure it has a rounded head. There's also this one, and it has an orange egg and a really nice green stem. The next one I want to share with you has a fuchsia eggshell, and it has a really nice orange stem. I love this color combination a lot. I do have this one as well, but I want to point out that this one has a 2.6 US patent stem, and this one has a 3.4, so you can tell that over the years that the stem color is just, you know, vary slightly as well. It's not just the egg colors that change. And then I also have this one, and this is a 3.4 as well. But if you put these all side by side, this one even has a little bit darker fuchsia eggshell than these two. I mean, just look at these like side by side over the years, how the colors have changed. It's pretty cool. The next one here has an orange eggshell. Love it. It has a really nice green stem. This one has the same colors I just showed you, but the patent number on this one is 3.6 versus the 2.6, so pretty cool that they've made these for so long that the patent numbers have changed on them even. So these are all the chicken egg A PEZ dispensers that you can find for sale, minus the lilac one, because I do not have the lilac color in my collection, which is just a slightly different purple color than this one, which I guess is apparently hard to find because everything I could find online about it, you know, it costs a lot more than the fuchsia color one. So maybe one day I'll be able to find it and add it to my PEZ collection, but for now I just have these fuchsia ones, which are super pretty. Maybe I don't really need a lilac one right now, but eventually I do. So these should be a pretty good color representation on what you can find for chicks and eggs A. So A. Next we're going to go to B, so I'm going to put these all back up there and grab the B's. Before we move on to the chicken egg B PEZ dispensers, I just want to share with you some artwork that I just released over on my website. It's an artwork of these 4 chicken egg PEZ dispensers without the hats, so check it out. It's a photograph / design, and I've been hinting about making some artwork here on the channel, probably mostly in my live streams, and I even have shared some with you, but this time I'm ready to sell them. I think it looks really nice. I guess that's a humble brag. So hopefully you like them as well. And if you do want to buy them, I am limiting these to 25 prints, so I'm going to end up signing them and numbering them here on the bottom as well. So I'm just going to make a low run of these. They're going to be $25 plus shipping, and once I sell out the 25, that's it. And I'm giving everybody here on YouTube who watches my videos the first chance to buy these, and once this video is live, probably like maybe Monday, I'll start promoting these on my social media if they're not sold out by then. But if you want to, you know, buy some art that I have designed and created on my own, and you can hang this in your house or in your collection room, that'd be a lot of fun. I'd love to see those pictures if you actually do end up hanging these up. And also I'll put some links down below in the description for some frames. I did buy this one on Amazon. I do use this type of frame like all throughout my house. I have a whole bunch of these in my office. I love framing art in these. It's just kind of like a modern, simple black frame. But I'll put some other links in there for some more like traditional or different color frames as well, in case you don't just like this one. So I think I'll pick out ones I think that'll match the chicken eggs. I like that. Because when I did my whole PEZ art wall in my office, it was really fun picking out some different types of frames and mix matching them. So, you know, if you didn't hang them on the same wall, they would match. I guess that's it. Well, if you want to buy one of these, I'll put the link down below in the description. It goes to my website. You can buy one on there. Thanks so much for supporting my channel, as always. And that's it. Let's get back to the chicken egg bees. Okay. Next up are chicken egg B PEZ dispensers. Now you can easily tell these apart from chicken egg A is because the eyes on here are just painted. There's no little hole in the eyes. And then the side here, there's no steel pins in these. The mechanism on the inside has changed. See how the eyes are just little painted eyes, and then the hole on the side is larger. I mean, plus the colors on these are different, but just to look at them really fast while you're like at a convention or looking online, those are two really easy ways you can spot chicken eggs, A's versus B's. Now this one has a nice blue egg. I didn't point out before, but all the ones you've seen before, the shells on them are hard. So if you try to squeeze it, like, you don't want to squeeze them, but all these chicken egg B's, that's another way you can tell if you're, you know, seeing these in real life. But I don't suggest going up to people's PEZ and squeezing them. But you can tell that these have like a softer plastic shell, just slightly. So it's a little bit more, you know, squeezable if you were to go squeeze it versus the hard ones on chicken egg A's and then ones with no hats. So this is a blue one. These are all 3.9 US patent stems, except for this one, it's a DBP stem. So it's the same colors, the blue, the yellow stem. For some reason I have 4 of these. There might be other slight variations that I'm not mentioning, but also when he buys stuff like this, he'll see it and he'll buy it and then he'll get it and then go, oh, we need to compare it when we get it back. So sometimes there's like these slight variations on these that, you know, that's the reason why we have them here still in our collection. But these, I'm not seeing anything really different. I also should point out that the PEZ on the side there, the green one is the chicken egg A and the yellow one is the chicken egg B. See how the PEZ on the side is different? But that's just, you know, what you get for moving up to 3.9 stems. So this is like the basic yellow chick, yellow stem. And I also have these really fun yellow ones. So I have this one and it's got the blue shell like you see just, you know, the one before. But look how bright the chicken and the stem is. It's very different. It's almost like a neon yellow. But these are also 3.9. And I have 2 of these. There's another one. I'm pretty sure those are identical. And then this one, I actually just got this one I think a week or so ago. I might have opened it on the live stream. I think we might have got it on the live stream. But this one has a purple eggshell, which is pretty cool. But it's the same like neon yellow, you know, chick and then the stem. Then you're gonna see that same purple egg on this green stem. Also have this one. It looks a lot like the one I just showed you. Also had this one. I'm pretty sure that these are all the same. And I remember looking at these 4 here, thinking that these 2 looked a little bit darker than these. But it seems like, you know, if you get the light on it the exact way that you want, you can kind of see like a color variation of them. This is really good just to use for like a light too, because it has a really nice LED light in here. So, I'm looking at this one under the magnifying glass. The hat looks kind of gross, like I don't know if I just need to clean it. It looks like a bunch of glue or something on it. Super fun, and for now I'm just going to keep all the color variations in here because I like these a lot. So chicken egg B also came with this green egg, and I would say that this is a light green eggshell and then on a red stem. And now even going back, the chick in these and here in this one I just showed you even looks a lot lighter than like this chick. And it doesn't look as neon as this one. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It looks a little darker to me. I also have another one on the light green shell. The first one I showed you is this one. The second one I just showed you. See how like the shell colors are even just like slightly different. The first one I showed you is a little darker, I think. This one as well. So there you go. The rest of them I'm going to show you, they start to have thin feet here. So it should be the same head mold, it's just these have thin feet. This is also a 3.9 thin foot chicken egg B PEZ dispenser. It's got the green shell, and this time we have like a really light blue stem, and you're going to see like a lot of different color variations in the stems on these ones I'm going to be showing you here. I got that one. This one, you're going to say, oh Erin, it looks the same, but it is different. Maybe I'll get a side-by-side comparison here once I line these all up. And I also should mention that these chicken egg B PEZ dispensers, they start having these protruding posts. That's what they call them. And the posts start popping out the sides. So there's these that pop out, and then there's like the first one I showed you where they don't pop out. So see, pop out, don't pop out. So you'll see some of those variations as well in these ones that I'm going to be showing you here. And all these are kind of the same, they just are different, slightly different shades. Oh, this one has thick feet now. Another thick foot one with the protruding posts. Another one with the posts that stick out. And then we get to the red eggshells, and see how the posts don't stick out on this one, but it's got the same like blue color stem. This one's thin foot. This one is thin foot. The little posts don't stick out yet, but the stem color is different than that last one I just showed you. There's this one. It's the same as the last one, it's just the stem color is a little different. This one, same as the last two I just showed you, but the stem color is a little different. And I don't know why I'm showing you all these, because I probably don't have to, but I thought the different color variations in the stems would be a lot of fun to show you. That one is the same. So now we're heading back to the protruding post. You see how the posts sticking out, red eggshell, blue stem. This one has feet. So I guess the ones with the posts all have thick feet. That's another way you can just tell real quick. Here's another one. And this one. Oh my gosh, okay. It's a lot. This one. I'm sure some of these are the same, but like I don't know if you can tell now that they're lined up, like this one's got more of like a weird aqua-y color blue. This is like more blue. A little bit like greeny blue, I guess, greenish blue. And then it kind of goes like blue again, but these are all kind of like greenish blue. And some of these are like translucent, I would say even. Like, I don't know if it's picking it up in the video, but this one you can really see through, so that's another like variation you can collect. And then these are really blue, and this one looks really translucent as well. Cool. This one's crusty. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but oh, you can see how you can see part of the sleeve there, how the sleeve stops. So that's how you know it's translucent. You can see through it. Kind of has like that see-through look to it. I don't know, it's really cool. So these are all my, oops, wait. So these are all my chicken eggs B PEZ dispensers. B as in boy. I probably didn't have to show you all these, but I like the different variations of the stems a lot, so I thought that would be really fun to share. If you are into like variations. There's not many chicken eggs left, actually. This was probably the most of them. So let me move these out of the way, and I'm going to get out chicken eggs C and D and E. Probably just grab them all at once because there's not that many left. But hopefully this is a lot of fun, as much fun as I'm having sharing them with you. Before I put the rest of these away, I just realized that I didn't tell you, like, I am missing one that should be an army green, which I do not have that. It must be pretty rare if I can ever even find it. But it's probably a lot like this green, but it's probably a little darker. That one, and then also it says that there should be a red egg with no feet, which I do not have. So missing those two. So I guess that'll just give me something I can look for. Are you ready for chicken egg C as in cat? These are gonna be more obvious, I think, on the changes. And you're probably looking at it and going, yeah, the shell already looks different. Like the little jiggity jaggities on it are more uniform. They look more like they're, you know, molded. This one has a really nice blue stem. They've got the thick feet. And these are also going to be all 4.9 US patent stems, I believe. So I have two of these. Here you go. I think I just have doubles. And then there's also a red variation, which I probably don't have to show you both of these, but I grabbed them both. This one, see how it's red? This is the chicken egg B. See how the little spikes are similar, but they're more uniform on this one. So here you go. These are chicken egg C PEZ dispensers. What do you think about these? Do you like these, like the more uniform cutout, or do you like these with the more like random zigzags? Even though all the random zigzags are still molded, it's just, it looks more not uniform and it looks kind of more creative and fun to me. I don't know. So then we have these jiggity jaggedy ones, and then we can move up the chicken egg D as in dog, and then we get these, and check it out. See how it's like a smooth shell. So this is the green shell with the blue, and then there's also a red shell. So I actually only have, I guess, 2 of these, which is a lot of fun. We went from, you know, sharp edges to smooth edges on these, and the same green colors, the same red color shell, same stem colors, same patent numbers and everything. These are all 4.9 US patent stems. So there you go. Now we're going to move up to chicken egg E, and this is the last one that I have. And they haven't made any chicken eggs in a while, but this one was released. And this is part of the Egg Baby PEZ Dispenser line. So maybe after they made these, PEZ was like, well, I'm done, because this one can be cute, I think, but it still has like an evil chicken look to it. Oh, so there's only one of these, and I am missing, I think I have it, I need to go look for it. I do have the crystal chicken egg, and it should be like one of these. I think it has the smooth shell and it's crystal, so if I can find it, I'll put that video in here, but I might have it. I need to go look. So these were released starting back in 2004. Then PEZ didn't make these for too many years, so we haven't had a chicken egg PEZ since then. We have gotten some chicken printed on eggs. That's different, but last Easter I did make a video showing all the Egg PEZ dispensers that exist. It was like 10 years of Egg PEZ dispensers. So every year PEZ would come out with at least one, sometimes some years 2 or more, the Egg PEZ. I have a video that I made last year, so if you want to go check out that video, it's a really good one. You should watch it after this. So a lot of chicken eggs, and hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, because I really love these chicken egg PEZ a lot. Whew. I think that's it. I think I covered everything. If you do have any questions on any of these chicken egg PEZ, you know, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any other ones that I don't have, or if there are any other like fun variations I should be looking for, you know, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure if I start googling like chicken egg variations, I'll probably go down a huge rabbit hole of different variations for these, because just like any PEZ dispenser, there's always like slight variations on like IMCs or made in countries or patents or color variations, all types of fun stuff that you can look for. I don't know, I think for now I have a pretty good collection of chicken eggs that I enjoyed sharing with you. So if you want to help support my channel here, I did set up a buy me a coffee, and I call it Buy Me a PEZ Dispenser. And I'll put a link down below in the description here in case you want to check it out. It really helps support my channel, and I really thank, you know, all the people who have bought me a PEZ dispenser over the last few months since I started that. So thanks everybody, I really appreciate it. And don't forget it, if you're not subscribed, you made it this far, hit that subscribe button, and of course give this video a thumbs up. I'm sitting here like this, like talking about subscribing, but give this video a thumbs up and comment on this video right here if you have anything to say to me, because it really helps, you know, YouTube go, oh, you know, people really enjoy this video. So don't forget, Saturday is the live stream with Greg and I. So 10 a.m. Central here on YouTube, we have the PEZ and Coffee live stream. You know, bring your coffee, you know, make yourself some cereal or some yogurt and some berries or something like that. That's what I like to eat. But, you know, bring your breakfast, bring your coffee, and sit with us for a couple hours while we talk about PEZ. We have a pretty good stack going on downstairs that have been coming in the mail, but Greg hasn't been buying as much. I'm trying not to buy anything either, because we've been buying a lot of stuff lately. But it's just too much fun. I love collecting PEZ, and hopefully you're enjoying my channel here. I guess I'll see you Saturday. As always, thanks for watching. Bye!
I write to you in poetry with words left on the shelf. Full of dust, you'll know it's me, and from nowhere.